All right, so today we're going to be talking about how to clean up the technology in your room, getting the equipment out of there so it can be nice, clean, simple, and easy to use. And one of the best ways to do that is with video distribution. All right, so the other thing he's looking at here is connectivity, and there's a lot of actually good topics in here. So every location mentioned above, he says will have 2 Cat 6A or better. Totally cool. That should be plenty. Maybe one handles video distribution and the other one's for Ethernet locally at the smart TV or whatever is going to be there. The renovation has yet to commence. So the thing that I'd probably point out here is I would commend this person for thinking about technology, how it's going to be implemented, and the solutions that are available to him before he's even started the renovation. There are so many solutions that we can offer our customers if they come to us ahead of time, and it's just a lot harder to implement or nearly impossible, or it's just financially and cost prohibitive to do it later. So, I tell people, if you're thinking about any set of plans in the architectural stage where you're designing the home, that's the best time, because you can talk about audio visual solutions, but you can also talk about centralized lighting and motorized shades and window treatments and all the other stuff that should be thought about as part of the technology infrastructure for the home and how it's going to look and where it's going to live. And so he's getting started early, and that's great because he'll have a lot of time to plan and budget and know the options that are out there for him to make sure he's making the right decision and the right investment in his technology. He says, I also want to be able to control, in this case, he's saying the switcher specifically with one remote. And that could be done. You can actually have an infrared, so IR, the way the remotes typically communicate with every device, whether it's a cable box or a video distribution piece. You might actually just have, a simple remote that comes with that video switcher that you can say, all right, give me source input 1. Maybe that's your Foxtel in this case. To output 1, maybe that's your living room in this case. But you'll have to invest into IR distribution infrastructure, typically with IR flashers and IR sensors in order to do that, so that as you go from room to room, you have some way of receiving that signal in and routing it down or up to wherever the equipment is centralized and located. The more common solution here would be to have some sort of universal remote or smart home or automation control system that would actually facilitate the control portion in this. So as an example, if I jump over to this tab here, Universal Remote Control is a very popular company that does this. Crestron, that we mentioned earlier, does it as well. Control 4, Sevant. All these brands are really popular in terms of control. So in this page here, you'll have some sort of centralized processor. And think of this as the fluid that is going to be interpreting signals from each room. So when you walk into a room and you press that one button that says, I want to watch, cable or satellite or Foxtel in this case, the system's going to know which room you're in, and it's going to send those signals all the way down to the centralized location and control that particular source device in the equipment rack. So when you hit channel up, it routes all the way down, hit the channel up on that button. And this is nice too. So you might be entertaining and want one video and one source just played everywhere. It could be the Super Bowl or a big soccer match or a boxing match or whatever you're watching. And that way you just have the one source sent to all displays in the house, all the audio throughout the house. And so these types of systems here that can centralize that system and are capable of handling the control is a really good option. I would strongly recommend something more along this line. You can dive into a particular brand. You might want to look up a company in your area that does this sort of thing and try to work with a professional that can help you on the programming side. There's a lot of companies that are pretty flexible like us, and they can help you design the system and present different options from different manufacturers for that. Obviously, there are a lot of variables and complexities that could arise in terms of this type of design and system, and I would just encourage you to start a conversation. So if you're not in Colorado like this guy, still feel free to start a conversation with us. We'd love to share our knowledge and recommendations with you. Leave a comment below, like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you later. GoQAV.com.